Call the meeting to order.
Councilman Munger,
Present.
Councilman Genzel,
Present.
Supervisor Ballo,
Here.
Councilman Ordway,
Yes, present.
Councilman Keating,
Present.
Supervisor Ballo, pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
There's nothing under preliminary matters for tonight. Item number 2, under regular business, we have the correction and adoption minutes from May 24th, 2016, and June 1st, 2016. Make a motion to table both of them at this time. There were some corrections we wanted to change in them, so make a motion to table.
Second.
Councilman Munger,
Aye.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Ballo,
Yes.
Councilman Ordway,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
Item number 2, under regular business, is the consideration of all fund bills.
And thank you, Mr. Supervisor, I had the opportunity to review the abstract with the town board. At this point in time, we do have a motion to pay the fund bills in the amount of $600,156.75. I just do want to make note that is a little higher than you normally hear us discuss and approve. That contains actually payments to the 3 fire companies on a contractual basis for half of their yearly contract. Each of the fire companies receiving $82,451.50. That also includes payment for the new ambulance of $129,650. And this is the time of year when Mr. Telak is the highway superintendent purchases and pays the bills for some of the highway supplies. So there's a payment in there to the asphalt company of $156,987.23. So I can make that motion.
Second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Ballo,
Yes.
Councilman Ordway,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Motion is carried.
We have 2 correspondence tonight. Item number 3 under correspondence, we have correspondence from Assessor Sue Fitzner, updates on New York State checks and credits for taxes, and a correspondent from the Planning Board. Meeting scheduled for Tuesday, June 14, 2016, has been canceled due to lack of agenda items. Item number 4, under new business, request from the floor from the Mark, state your name and address, please. Make a motion to open the floor.
Okay.
Second that motion.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Ballo, Councilman Ordway,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
The floor is closed.
No, open.
Open, okay, very good. I'm sorry, as I say, that I had to abandon my manure fork. But I became aware at the last meeting that the town council felt themselves threatened. So I felt, as a condition of my service to my country, this week marking the 50th anniversary of my qualifying on an M14, Camp Dix, New Jersey. Yes. I figured I would come here as a citizen supporter of the board. I want to compliment Mr. Munger on the good effect he's had on Councilman Genzel with the new high-style hairdo that Mr. Genzel has this time around. And just to not leave it incomplete, I'll inform Mr. Boardway that there is no H in asphalt.
Okay.
Okay?
Perfect.
Just for future reference.
Got it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The nuns wouldn't let you say yes. The nuns wouldn't let you say yes.
Is that what happened?
Yes.
Yeah.
Shane Quinlan, 6700 Eagle Road. I see that the minutes have been tabled, but before they are brought to the next meeting, I hope some amendments can be made in the last page of them. I just was reviewing those, and it was a councilman's statement that the 2016 budget, in which the board sat 5 members, voted on. It was said that it was unanimous. Supervisor Bello, Councilman Boardway, Gensel, Vera, and Murtha. That was the November 4th meeting, which I have here. It was a public hearing held for the preliminary budget. Supervisor Bello was absent. That means it was not a unanimous vote. I also have a written statement from Larry Murtha, which he gave to me today. Lawrence Murtha, 6225 Sherrill Road. He says that it has been brought to my attention that a statement was issued recently at the Boston Town Council. Councilman Jeffrey Gensel reporting a unanimous vote passing the 2016 town budget, which took place on November 4th. I have included a copy of the minutes that show that affirmation vote, which in fact was not unanimous. Supervisor Bello happened to be absent. The meeting tally, the vote tally was 3 ayes, 1 nay. The nay was his own. Although I could not attend this week's meeting, I wish to authorize Shane Quinlan to read this statement on my behalf. Thank you, Larry Murtha. That whole paragraph, I think there's other things that could be amended and removed, which I'll leave that up to a person doing the minutes. Thank you.
Make a motion to close the floor.
No, I have one more thing. Joanne Bontic, 7130 Thaddeus Road. I don't know if I came in here late, I don't know if anybody saw this, but the town board didn't give any information. We were contacted about the Sunday's paper, City and Region. On Saturday, June 11th, there was an article about the group home. Did anybody see this?
You said Sunday paper or Saturday?
No, I'm sorry, Saturday, June 11th, there was a big article about the town, the group home. Well, we haven't been told anything. We keep asking our attorney here, but we have to find out information, which isn't much from the newspaper, which I think is not good. The last sentence says that we don't have a leg to stand on, and they're suing the town, and we're paying for it, and we don't know how much money that's going to be. So there's a lot of money being drained from the coffers of Boston for issues that we have no control of, and I want to know is who's paying for all of this. I don't know. They said we don't have a leg to stand on, but we need to push this. Why is anything going on?
I'll answer your first question. No, I was not contacted. I don't know about any other board.
Well, it says the town board did not,
Well, I wasn't contacted. I don't know.
well, Mr. Kobielka was. There's a quote from him in here.
I think the quote's from a prior interview.
Well, they make it sound like it's
Well, I
not.
know they make it, that's why you don't believe what you're reading in the paper.
Second of all, there has been no more further information that we haven't given out or we haven't sent out in emails to people than Mike or the town board has sent out before.
But I haven't received anything, and it's down the street from you. I want to be kept abreast of what's going on. And I was going to look on the town website, but oh, I forgot, you can't because it's still got January stuff on there from last year.
Well, Mr. Munger's working on it, and he's been progressing with it. Unfortunately, it's not a fast thing to fix, and I compliment him for as far as he got and what he's working on with it. And as in the money that it cost for the town to protect the town and the interests of the residents out there, right now, our town attorney's been handling it. I think, has it been turned? It hasn't been turned over to our insurance company yet.
No, it's not. And Mr. Supervisor, if I could just comment on Ms. Bonco's statement, as she doesn't know how much has been spent. As far as attorney's fees on this, Mrs. Bonco, zero. Absolutely zero. I've handled right from scratch, have not had a separate contract, which 99% of the attorneys in this state have separate contracts for litigation. I don't have one. So we've spent zero on it, other than the cost. Everybody spends cost. So So
That's
just so we're
fine.
clear, you heard it right here.
Whether or not I know that's true, but what we need to do is be kept abreast of everything that's been going on, motions, meetings, everything.
Well, we've kept everybody abreast, we've had multiple meetings with the residents up there, and we send out emails when anything new comes forth from the attorneys representing them. If the attorneys, if it goes to our attorney and then comes to the board, and if we need to notify the residents on it, we do. I hope that helps you, and if, Mrs. Bonzak, if you're not getting, are you on the email list, and if you're not, can I have your email before you leave tonight? I'll make sure that.
Please, thank you.
Okay.
Bruce Hanson, 8174 Cole Road. Email list. I think the last time we talked, there was going to be an email list that was going to be sent to the residents in that area. Marty, I've sent you 4 or 5 emails. I made 3 or 4 calls. When would be a good time for you and I to sit down to discuss communication?
Mr. Hanson, I have your email. It gets sent to you, and it shows that you open it.
An email from you with
Right from the town. Yes. So I would be more than happy to sit down with you right after this meeting, and we'll go through it.
Let's do it another time, when it's convenient for both of us. But I will respond back to you then.
Okay.
If you could resend that, I'll search as well.
Oh, absolutely.
But one of the things we had talked about the last time was you were going to be sending an email out to all the people that were at this last meeting. And I'll give you the dates, I don't have them right here. And you were going to supply them with this email list. I asked you on a number of occasions in this
I'm not gonna
email.
supply you
Okay,
with- I'm not
give me
gonna-
one respect.
Okay.
When I'm done talking, you may talk.
No, I'll
So-
talk, Mr. Hanson,
Yes.
excuse me. I'll talk, and I will answer your questions.
Let's
Please
do one
don't
at a
believe
time.
me. I'm
Email
telling
list.
you that we send out emails, and I'm not gonna send you people's email list. They gave it to the town, not for me to give out to everybody. I will send you an email when we have meetings, or Mike sees fit, or the board sees fit, that we're having information that has to be sent out to you.
I guess the problem, Marty, is you said there was an email list. You said you were going to send it out. You didn't do it.
No, I
Now we
never
can-
said I'm gonna send out an email list.
Well,
I
I
said,
can-
get on the email list, and we'll send you out information.
Fair enough. Have you sent out any information since that meeting? Any?
No, I don't think there has been any progression since the last
So no
meeting.
communication about us going to court?
Oh, wait a minute.
Wait, there
Come
was-
on.
If you're in court and there's nothing going on, what do you want me to tell you? And we attend every board meeting, and I'm available here at every board meeting, the first and third Wednesday, if it's something which,
Okay.
you have to understand this is litigation, right? You can't just open up the whole book, because it's litigation, and there is a confidentiality in terms of doing the litigation, which I'm sure you would understand. And if you want to have a conversation and ask me afterwards in terms of what's going on, I will. I think I've reported several times, more than you've heard from a lot of other places. And if you haven't been kept abreast, why don't you stop down, or why don't you send me an email, or why don't you catch me up a board meeting?
I tried that approach before with Mr. Ballo, but I will reach out to you as well.
Right.
And what I'm looking for, and I think, my concern in this whole thing, and actually this town in general, is communication. Communication for you all up there costs you nothing. An email list to all the people saying, this is what's going on. By the way, monthly update, no update. Nothing's happening. Monthly update, something's going on in Eden. We could use your support. Monthly update. That's all you need. It costs you nothing. You don't have to go before anyone to get budget for nothing. So, I will send you an email again, requesting a meeting. I'll send you an email as well, because I'd be interested in hearing your side of it. And I applaud you on doing all this for free. I appreciate that. That is very nice of you. So, thank you very much, board. I look forward to hearing from
You
you.
should have asked about the Facebook page, which you said they were gonna start last time.
No comment on that.
Brian Fern, 6556 Chestnut Lane. I'd like to address the subject of the highway superintendent's vehicle still not having an emblem on the side of the door. This will be the second vehicle he has not had it on. I believe that's a prerequisite of all vehicles, town of Boston vehicles, to have the town of Boston seal on the door. And so the other vehicle that he used to have, that now the employee or the workers drive, that now has it, but his new one still doesn't. And about 2 or 3 years ago, I asked the same question, and really it never got resolved. I believe it is a requirement for that vehicle to have it. And I have seen that vehicle in the town of Hamburg, places that I'm not so sure it should be. Thank you.
If I could just add to that, just to let you know, Mr. Burns, I just returned from Ithaca for the town highway school. That actually was brought up by some of the towns there. There were over 400 towns in attendance at that meeting. It's suggested, it is not recommended that a town.
In the town code, the Boston town code, it is in the town of Boston.
In Boston town code?
It is.
So that would have had to have been passed by a resolution?
It is in the Boston town code.
You know the code number of it?
Let me know.
It's on the plates, so you know.
There is, on the Boston town code, there is a requirement that all town vehicles have a seal of authenticity on their vehicle. And he's never had that on his vehicle.
Is that an official vehicle now? I approve.
And we will
Problem solved.
We will look at it. Well, Brian.
My seal of authenticity is
You can't overrule town law
Brian.
just by saying something.
Brian.
You can't overrule
Brian.
town law just by saying
Brian.
it.
I approve.
Brian, I'll.
Thank you.
I know I might be out of order, but Margaret, can you send me that email again? It ain't here. Send me it again.
Okay.
Judy Wright is 5667 Homestead Road. I just don't know if everyone's aware. I read an article where there's a bill before the legislature to propose that sex offenders not be allowed to be put into group homes. Apparently it has passed the Senate, and I suggest everyone call the Assemblyman so that they pass it, and hopefully that, Mr. Cuomo will sign it as well, and I just wanted to make everyone aware of that.
That's a same bill too, which is good, because if anybody knows how Albany works, the Assembly bill has to match the Senate bill, and they are same bill, so it could potentially be signed by the governor. It's being blocked right now by assemblymen downstate in New York City, is what's happened. All of our local assemblymen have all put their support in writing, in fact, to support that bill. Assemblyman DiPietro, the whole gamut of local assemblymen have all supported that bill and tried to get it to come to a vote, and they can't get it out of committee, and unfortunately the committee is chaired by a Democratic legislator from New York City someplace, and it's just stalled in the assembly side of things, and it is not expected to come up in the next 3 days, which is the end of the legislative session. So that's unfortunately going to stall, and it did pass the Senate. You're right.
All right, I make a motion to close the floor.
Second?
Councilman Munger,
Yes?
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Ballo,
Yes.
Councilman Boardway.
Yes.
Councilman Keenan.
Yes.
Carried.
Item number 2 is set summer schedule. We only have a meeting once a month in the summer, so I make a motion to set the summer schedule for July 6th, be our next meeting, and August 3rd, be our meeting in August.
And I would second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Ballo,
Yes.
Councilman Boardway.
Yes.
Councilman Keenan.
Yes.
Carried.
Item number 3, application for use of facilities, 3 and 4, Councilman Munger.
Thank you, Supervisor Balin. Yes, our first application of youth, oh goodness gracious, it's going to be one of those nights, I can tell. Application for use of facility, is what I was trying to say, is for the Hamburg American Legion baseball team with Tim Kirst as head coach. They're looking to use our North Boston Park baseball field. They will not be serving alcohol, or it is not a private party, and it is not a public special event. I would like to make a motion that we approve this use of facility with a caveat that we receive our deposit, a proof of insurance, and more confirmation on specific dates of the summer of 2016.
Second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Ballo,
Yes.
Councilman Boardway.
Yes.
Councilman Keenan.
Yes.
Carried.
Item number 4, application for use of facility, Councilman Munger.
Thank you again, Supervisor Balo. The application for use of facility is for a family reunion, looking to use the South Boston Park Shelter. It will be on August 13th from 11:30 until 10 p.m., 11:30 a.m. till 10 p.m. They will not be serving alcohol. It is a private party. It is not a public special event. Would like to approve this use of facility, also with the caveat that we receive the deposit and a proof of insurance form.
Second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordley,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
Item number 5, Boston Emergency Squad appointments. Councilman Key.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. We have 2 appointments for the Boston Emergency Squad. The first one that we have for the Boston Emergency Squad at their meeting on June 8th this year, we have Rebecca, if I'm pronouncing the last name properly, Musty, I believe, that's correct. I'd like to make a motion to appoint her, and at that same meeting, they want to also add Ryan, is it pronounced Torto, I believe, I'm hoping, that correctly. I'd like to make a motion to appoint both those individuals to the Boston Emergency Squad.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordley,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
Item number 6, schedule mobile home park inspection. At this time, we have a motion to schedule the annual inspection of Boston Hills Home Estates, which will take place June 30th, 2016 at 5:30 p.m. And Sprague Park will be inspected at a later date as the new owners took over in May and have now started renovations. So I make a motion to schedule that.
Second?
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordley,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
Just so everybody knows, Sprague Park was bought by new owners over here. We had the opportunity to meet with them a few months ago. But this is a project that we've been working on for 6 years with the previous owner with the fines and just the back fines that he owed and the money he owed. We have a former councilman here who worked on it for 4 years with us too. And at this date, when they closed, they paid the town $44,000 in fines that we collected from them. So it is under new ownership. All the fines have been collected on it. And the new owners are working on renovating that. And I guess we'll take a bunch of those old trailers out of there and move forward with it. So that's a good thing. And Patty Maxwell did a fantastic job on taking those fines and getting them collected. Item number 7, appointment of fire police, Councilman Benson.
I believe this is a task for the town clerk, as I had requested that she swear them in.
They still need to be.
Art,
appointed
is
by the
anybody
town
here?
board.
Philip, Wendy, or Stephen? So we would make a motion to make these members part of the fire police. The following 3 fire company members have completed their New York State Fire Police course. As active members of the Boston Fire Company, we hereby request that these members be sworn in as fire police at your next meeting, included with their phone numbers. I'll make a motion to recommend Philip Juergens be appointed to fire police.
Second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Councilman Bello, I'm sorry, Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordley,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
We have 2 more names on this list. I'd like to do them individually just in case a councilman or supervisor doesn't want to vote on them. So again, I make a motion to appoint Wendy Juergens to our fire police.
Second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel.
Yes.
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordley,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
Going to make a motion to appoint Stephen Rakalski to our fire police.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordley,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
Item number 8, awarding bid town hall parking lot improvements. Councilman Genzel.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. This project's been, for those who've been around, has been long coming here. We got together and had a bid opening last week. So based on the town engineer's recommendation, we'd like to make a motion to award the town hall parking lot improvements to Aquino Paving Corp. in the amount of $172,968.56. If I may, announce the other three bids. We had D&H Excavating at $222,269.92. We had DJM Contracting, Inc., Elma, New York, for $270,010. And then we had Kingsview Enterprises down in Lakewood, $286,610. So as you can see, folks, it was quite a big difference to the award to Aquino. This is paving the parking lot removal and adding curb so that we really have a nice looking facility here. Jim has recommended that we award this, so I'll go ahead and make that motion.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordley,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
Would you accept this question from the floor about this? No?
In 1 minute, let him finish the other.
Give me a second, I got another one.
Okay.
On the same date, we received 4 bids, received 3 bids for the miscellaneous road repairs throughout town, folks. These were a bunch, 92 sites all over town where the roads have been damaged during that November storm. But Bob, our highway superintendent's been pretty active on chipping and stoning some roads in town, so he took care of 33 of these sites. So we've got 59 left. We want to award this bid minus those sites that Bob's already taken care of. We'd also like to award this to Aquino Paving Corp. We had 3 bids, D&H Excavating at $31,860, Aquino Paving Corp at $57,592.20, and Kingsview at $73,475. Please note that D&H had removed their bid. They didn't feel like they had all their ducks in line, I guess, so we go down to the net based on the highway, or the engineer's recommendation. We offer this over to Aquino Paving Corp, and we will be working with them closely to reduce their price based on the amount of work that's reduced. So I make a motion for those folks.
I'll second that also.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel.
Yes.
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordley,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
Mr. Supervisor, would you like me to receive a question from Mr. Goldberg?
On the first set of bids, the distance between the highest and lowest bid seems very, very large. That would seem to indicate that the bidding specification might not have been sufficiently accurate. And is there any possibility that Aquino, underbid by accident?
Well, Mr. Goldberg, if you're familiar with construction these days, it really goes on who's hungry, and maybe they need this kind of work locally. Jim Hannon did some research on those folks. They've been working throughout other towns in western New York on public works projects. We feel comfortable with their number, and there are stipulations within the bid package that prevents them from charging you more for work that's included.
Out of the scope or whatever.
Yeah, so I think, honestly, I think it's just that they're hungrier right now. The other guys may have plenty of work, and
And a follow-up question of curiosity, is there a public hearing when these bids are first considered? where
Yes.
residents might be able to come and.
Yeah, and I announced it at the previous meetings, there was a bid opening, public. I was there, Jim Hanna was there,
Not suggesting anything.
all
It's just that
all these
it'd be nice to
folks.
have input in, if, for example, with the roads, if we thought there was a place that should be fixed.
Well, it's done through FEMA, this is money that was
Oh,
paid
okay.
through FEMA,
So
the
we're-
federal government.
Okay.
So they definitely have to, there's stipulations they have to follow, they come in and map everything out, they give all the specs, they do everything, we just put it out for bid. So the federal government actually. is-
Oh, so this wasn't a locally instigated project.
No, 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 no. No, it's done through. Item number 10, summer recreation appointments. We didn't have the documents at the time. We talked about this, so we're just gonna make a motion to table this until the July 6th meeting.
And second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes,
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordwin,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
No.
Motion's carried.
Item number 11, resolution 2016-12, authorizing signing of submittal of environmental facilities grant program for drinking water to expand water service to Sherrill Road Loop, and item number 12, resolution 2016, final resolution for Sherrill Road documents.
thank you, Mr. Supervisor. These two items are placed here on the agenda. We have not received all the information we need from the Erie County Water Authority for the engineer report. First off the bat, we need the engineer report to submit with the grant application. So we'd like to table these two items until our package is complete. There's no need to submit anything without having all the information there. Jim Hann's called several times, Erie County Water Authority. We're looking at capacity, some capacity pulls. We have discussed this with them in previous years. So we're just going to make a motion to table resolution 2016-12.
Second?
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel.
Yes.
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordwin,
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. Another resolution 2016-13, bond resolution. We have to go ahead and make a resolution to borrow money on behalf of the town citizens. That again is waiting information to finish that resolution. So again, I make a motion to table this until all the appropriate information has been gathered for a clean submittal.
Second?
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Genzel,
Yes.
Supervisor Bello,
Yes.
Councilman Bordwin.
Yes.
Councilman Keating.
Yes.
Carried.
There's nothing under old business tonight? Reports and presentations, town clerk?
First, I wanted to